Hi, it's Jonathan again, and now you're in my garden, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a very important subject, which is soils. Without the correct kind of soil for a bonsai, it is a certain demise for a bonsai tree. Most people will go to the garden center and get a potting soil, such as something like this. And although that is a very, very good soil, it's not good for bonsai. It's only good for a vegetable garden. Now, there are two options that we have for soil for bonsai. And the main criteria is it must be a soil that is free draining. Free draining means that water, when you pour it on your pot, you can see it come out almost immediately, because the particles in a bonsai soil are such that they absorb the water and then release it slowly to the roots of the tree. So I usually use two different kinds of soil. One is a very economical material. It's called Akadama. You can get it in a different form, more like diatomaceous earth is what it really is. And it's normally used for absorbing oils in garages. It's called Zorbol. You can get it like a 20-pound bag for like $15. And if you mix perlite, the white substance you see here, that will work great. And I use it primarily for my trees that are in training. And we'll get into training trees and trees that are finally in their bonsai pots. But once you get a tree that you're going to put in a pot similar to this, you now need a different kind of soil. And the soil that I use is got 5 components in it: lava rock, akadama, pine bark, and a few other ingredients. And again, this is a material that will free flow water right through it. The biggest demise of trees can be rotting roots. And rotting roots you'll get for sure when you have a soil that you get for normal garden plants. So, first thing to success of a bonsai is making sure that the soils and the soil ingredients are correct for free-flowing material. Hi, it's Jonathan again. Here we have today, we're going to be discussing the tools of the trade in designing and maintaining a bonsai tree. If you think that you have to spend all of this money on these lovely tools, you don't need to. And this is a three item set from the dollar store. One great root rake to untangle your roots, and 2 little shovels to refill your pot. You don't need to have all of these things, but they're perfect. And for the price from the dollar store, you can't beat it. Let me go into a couple of things. You'll see weird shaped tools like this. This is a gouger. And if you're taking this branch off, you would first cut it with a concave cutter. So I would cut it up here like this. Then I would gouge out the whole branch to the trunk. And that makes a nice hollow curvature, convex curvature, that allows the tree to blend over the hole and eventually heal so that you don't see the scars much. So there are all these different tools for different purposes, but to get into it initially, you don't need all of these tools. So I hope that the Japanese tool situation won't frighten you away from the hobby. It's a lot of fun, and that's all you need. Today we're going to be talking about pot selection and how do you decide what is the right size pot for your tree. This Watiri pine is 36 inches tall, and the dimensions are always taken from the base of the tree, not from the base of the pot. So at 36 inches, the width of this pot should be, like it is, 18 inches wide. It's basically 2/3 the height of the tree. On a smaller tree, similar to this, we say, well, how high should this pot be? This tree is 9 inches, I'm sorry. and the height of the pot is 3 inches. So basically 1/3 for the height and 2/3 for the length. This tree is probably overpotted a little. It can probably go into a smaller pot next time, but it's its first potting. So we never go to the exact size pot on the first go. We have to gradually grow the tree downward in size for its roots and downward in its size vertically. This tree was this high about 3 months ago, and I'm gradually bringing it lower and lower and lower. So in pot selections, you can't overpot. It would look terrible to have a small tree in a huge pot, or a big tree in such a small pot that it looks awkward. So there are rules, and one of the things I'm going to tell you is there are resources here in Ontario and here in London. The Forest City Bonsai Club exists on Facebook. You can join, and the Ontario Bonsai Facebook page exists. They have 2,000 members, and the London group, we have about 60 to 70 members. Please feel free to join one of or both of these groups to ask questions. No question is a stupid question, and people are more than willing to share their knowledge and help you make a success of your tree planting.